Giving gifts to friends and family is one of the best parts of the holiday season. But I also love the fact that I can get a little something for myself in the process. So in this video, I'm gonna share the credit cards that I'm using to optimize my holiday shopping. And this video is actually part of a collaboration between me and my fellow YouTubers. We're doing a full 8 days of videos where we each talk about our favorite credit cards for holiday shopping. So make sure to check down in the description and in our community tabs so you don't miss out. So if you know me, I'm not necessarily team cashback or team travel. I'm really just team whatever is gonna get me the highest value per dollar spent. With that said, the first card that I'm getting a ton of use from this holiday season is the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa Signature by Chase. This card is great for people who already subscribe to Amazon Prime, as this is one of the prerequisites for having this card. But if you don't have Amazon Prime, I'm gonna share another card that I kind of view as a hidden gem of the credit card world that also gets everyday elevated rewards on Amazon. But the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa is my go-to card for shopping at Amazon because it gets me a minimum of 5% back at Amazon. And I say a minimum of 5% back because for certain items, you can get an even higher percentage back. And I'm talking 10, even 15%. And if you happen to shop at Whole Foods Market for your groceries, you're also gonna get 5% back there as well. And this is of course because Amazon actually purchased Whole Foods Market back in 2017. So this card also gets 2% back at restaurants and gas stations and 1% back on everything else. Now, there's certainly far better credit card options for restaurants and gas stations, which I do cover in some of my other videos. The Amazon Prime Rewards Visa technically has no annual fee, but it kind of does, and that's because you do need to have an Amazon Prime membership in order to have it. But a question I've seen asked is, well, what if I have Prime and this card, but then I cancel my Prime membership? What happens? Well, you'll simply be downgraded to the Amazon Rewards Visa card, which will then drop down to 3% back at Amazon. But the nice thing here is that this credit card account won't be closed if you decide to cancel Prime. And for me, I prefer to keep my no annual fee cards open as long as possible in order to keep my length of credit history strong. So even though the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa is a Chase card, it does not earn Chase Ultimate Rewards points, but rather Amazon Rewards points, which are pretty much just cash back. Now, my favorite way to redeem these points are as a statement credit, but there's a bunch of other options you can choose from, such as shopping with points, getting cash back into your checking account, buying gift cards, and also using them for travel. All these options are gonna get you a 1 cent per point valuation, but I do advise against using your points for shopping on Amazon. I simply say this because you won't be earning 5% back on the value of the points that you're using towards your Amazon purchase. And another nice thing about this card is it has no foreign transaction fees, and it currently has a pretty nice welcome bonus. Now, if you do decide to apply for this card, make sure to double check the current welcome bonus. But at the time we're recording this video, they're currently offering a $150 Amazon gift card upon approval. The cool thing here is that there's no minimum spend requirement to get the gift card. It'll be instantly loaded onto your Amazon Prime account, and you'll be good to go. Now, back in the day when I got this card, there was no welcome bonus whatsoever, but it is what it is. But that's not it. There's a couple more really beneficial perks to having this card that are probably oftentimes overlooked. And those perks are extended warranty protection and purchase protection. These perks are so good, especially since my number one use for this card is to buy stuff. Now, the extended warranty protection is gonna give you 1 additional year of coverage for products that come with a manufacturer's warranty of 3 years or less. And as far as the purchase protection, it gives you 120 days of protection against damage or theft up to $500 per claim and $50,000 per account. So if you have this card or you're thinking of getting it, make sure to remember that these perks are included. I can't imagine how many people don't even realize they have these protections. And just so you have an idea of my data points with this card, I opened it up back in 2014 and it currently has a $15,000 limit, and I've never requested a credit line increase. But I also mentioned I'd tell you about a hidden gem that'll be super beneficial for people who shop on Amazon but aren't interested in shelling out the money for a Prime membership. And that card is the Affinity Federal Credit Union Cash Rewards Visa Signature. No annual fee, $200 sign-up bonus, 5% cash back at Amazon and bookstores, 2% back at supermarkets, restaurants, gas stations, select streaming services, and Uber, and 1% back on everything else. But there's one thing about this card that's not even advertised, and that's their High Five program. This is where they throw in rotating quarterly categories, which actually stack with the normal elevated rewards. All I'm saying here is this card is definitely worth checking out. and it's on my list of cards to get in the near future. Oh, and make sure to check the links down below for everything I'm talking about in today's video. So the next card I'm using for holiday shopping is a card that's covering almost all of my non-Amazon online purchases. That card is the OG Chase Freedom, which most closely resembles the Chase Freedom Flex. And for all intents and purposes, in this video, I'll be referring to the Chase Freedom Flex. Now, this is a card that has rotating 5% quarterly categories. I personally get a ton of value from these quarterly categories, especially when the PayPal category rolls around. And that's exactly where we are right now. For Q4 2022, all purchases up to a maximum spend of $1,500 at Walmart and PayPal will get you 5% back. And this is a card that I recommend to literally everyone, because I think there's a lot of value to be had with it. It has no annual fee, and it comes with a very competitive welcome bonus. But it does have 3% foreign transaction fees. So not only are you gonna get 5% back in rotating quarterly categories, but you're also gonna get 3% back at restaurants and drugstores. But the sign-up bonus on this card is just incredible. Again, check the current available offers before applying, but at the time of recording this video, Chase is offering a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Plus, 5% back on grocery store purchases on up to $12,000 spent in the first year. Since groceries are often one of our highest spend categories, this welcome offer is just fantastic. Plus, if the grocery quarter rolls around while you have this bonus active, you're gonna get 9% back at the grocery store that quarter. But since this video is about holiday shopping, you can actually use this welcome offer to buy gift cards. I'm sure your favorite grocery store sells gift cards, so using that 5% welcome bonus can be a really nice way to get value from this card. And the Freedom Flex also has some nice perks and protections similar to the Amazon card that I just talked about. You'll get extended warranty protection and purchase protection, which can even cover you if someone steals your purchase from your front door. And you can actually see if you're pre-approved for this card by using the Chase pre-approval tool, which I talk more about up here. But the reason why PayPal is one of my favorite quarterly categories this card offers is because PayPal is so widely accepted that it's pretty rare that I don't see it as an accepted payment method. So all you have to do is add this card as your PayPal payment method, and you'll be on your way to getting 5% back. But it doesn't end there. I actually value the 5% back I get from this card at around 7.5% or higher because I pair it with my Chase Sapphire Preferred. And pairing it with the Chase Sapphire Preferred allows me to first transfer my points from my Freedom to my Sapphire, and then from my Sapphire, I can then transfer the points out to Chase's travel partners. Depending on the partner you transfer your points to, you should be able to get at least 1.5 cents per point. Oh yeah, the Chase Freedom Flex earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points. So if you don't have a Sapphire card, you can redeem these points for cash or gift cards, but you'd really be leaving money on the table by doing so. And I cover these cards more in depth in these videos if you'd like to check them out. And I actually opened up my Chase Freedom back in 2012, and it currently has a $5,500 credit limit. And I've never requested a credit line increase with this card. But believe it or not, there are times when I physically take my body into a retail store and purchase gifts in person.
Ew.
In these cases, I like to have a backup card that's gonna get me elevated rewards for that holiday shopping I do in person. And as long as the store accepts digital wallets, I'm able to use my Discover It that I have loaded into my Apple Wallet. The Discover It is also one of those cards that I recommend to a lot of people. Aside from your standard 2% flat rate cards, having a rotating category card is a nice way to introduce people to credit card rewards. It's a fun way to get 5% back on your spend, and most people can typically get value from at least some of the available rotating categories. The nice thing about the Discover It is they offer a few different versions that even if you have limited credit, you may be eligible for. But for the regular Discover It with rotating quarterly categories, the Q4 2022 category is actually Amazon.com and digital wallets. Now, since I use my Amazon Prime Rewards Visa for my Amazon spend, I'm solely using the Discover It for digital wallet spend this quarter. And just like the Chase Freedom Flex, the 5% elevated rewards for the Discover It is capped at $1,500 worth of spend. So this means you can get up to $75 worth of cash back in this elevated rewards category for the quarter. The cool thing about the Discover It is if you were to apply, you'd be able to immediately add the card to your digital wallet upon approval. I personally love when credit card issuers allow you to use the card immediately, otherwise you're going to be sitting around for a week waiting for the card to arrive. And this card is really straightforward. there's no points to keep track of. You simply get 5% back in the rotating categories and 1% back on everything else. Now, I typically redeem my cash back for a statement credit or a deposit into my external checking account, but there's a few other options you can choose from. You can either use your cash back to shop at Amazon or PayPal, you can use it to buy gift cards, or you can even donate it to charity. The gift card option is actually worth looking into because you can get an additional 5 to 20% more value depending on the gift card you choose. This means that 5% back can have an effective value of 5.25 to 6% back. Not too shabby. So this is a card I'll continue to hold indefinitely as it has no annual fee and I have a relatively high credit limit of $16,500 with it. I opened this account back in 2015 and I've never requested a credit line increase with it. Now there's a couple different sign-up bonuses with the Discover It. My referral link down below will get you a $100 statement credit after you make a purchase with the card within the first 3 months. So there's no minimum spend required. You can literally buy a pack of gum and you'll get the statement credit. But there's another interesting referral bonus out there for this card that offers a cashback match for the first year of having this card. Now, since the 5% quarterly cashback is capped at $75 per quarter or $300 for the year, that means you get an additional $300 as a match if you hit the spend cap for all 4 quarters. And of course, that's not counting any of the spend that you get 1% back on. And now that I think about it, you could probably squeeze 5 quarters out of this welcome offer if you apply for the card in the middle of a quarter. Honestly, I kind of prefer just getting a flat statement credit, but that's totally going to depend on your particular spend situation. And Discover does have a pre-approval tool which you can use to see which cards you may qualify for without negatively impacting your credit. But I definitely want to know, what are your go-to credit cards for holiday shopping? Let me know down in the comments. And up next, we're gonna have Stan with the Credit Frog share his favorite card or cards to use for holiday shopping. Check him out right here. Thanks for watching and happy holidays. Peace.